Yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Mango Bay. In today's episode, we talk about Jason Aldean and his new song, Try That in a Small Town. We talk some cultural cross points and just some jungly, goofy shit. Enjoy the episode.
Yeah.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay.
Mango Bay.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, Mango Bay, your Mango Bay.
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/mangobe.
Mango.
Bay.
You know, I've been sparring with a friend of mine who does kung fu
Yeah.
lately. Yeah, and he's been doing it like as long as I've been doing comedy.
Yeah.
So he's been in it like 7 years.
Amazing.
So he's like really good. He just
Yeah.
got a wooden dummy and everything.
I love it.
So,
Okay.
but
Right.
the thing is, Muay Thai is such a superior fighting form
It's the top.
that I can hang. I can hang with him because he can't wear gloves when we
Oh,
spar.
Right.
'Cause
really?
In Wing Chun, it's a lot of grabbing.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's like slapping. It's like a
It's you're
discipline.
slapping
Yeah.
people's hands. It's like their forearms. The conditioning is insane for them.
Yeah.
So he can't spar with me with gloves. So without gloves, it becomes a little testy. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's like pulling me in and
Yeah.
fucking hitting me in my one kidney and like
Amazing.
Wow.
Do you do any kind of martial art or anything?
No, I don't. I just started getting back into like weightlifting
Yeah.
with a buddy of mine who's like a very, very strong person.
Yeah.
And it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's the worst feeling in the world.
Oh, yeah.
I did see a video though
It's
of
good, though.
somebody. It is good. It is good.
I love lifting.
There's a video of a guy. It's like kung fu versus boxer, and the kung fu guy hits him once in like the solar plexus.
Yeah.
And a guy collapses.
Yeah.
He like
Interesting.
actually
Yeah.
like dies for a second, and he comes back, and then he's like trying to rip all these punches on the guy's abs, and the kung fu guy's just standing.
Oh,
Yeah.
because the conditioning is crazy.
The
Yeah.
conditioning is so
Yeah.
fucking off the
Aha.
wall.
It's
I
legit.
sometimes I watch backyard beefs.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, like the backyard UFC stuff.
And
Yeah.
like, and there's a guy on there. He's a Wing Chun guy. He's a black Wing Chun guy, and he fucking jacks
And
motherfuckers up.
yeah.
I'm like
yeah.
super impressed.
Black plus Asian martial arts. That combination got to be crazy.
All right,
Oh,
calm
yeah.
down, Hitler.
Oh yeah.
These are like Hitler stuff. Thoughts like, what would happen if you combined the blacks with the Asians?
I don't think you wanted blacks anywhere near him, bro. I'm having a pretty good time with the blacks. And I call them black. That's how cool we are.
I can't believe I said "Okay, Hitler," which sounds like a
You're
Nazi
in that-
dating
yeah,
app
That's
instead of "Okay, Cupid."
okay.
Okay, Hitler.
It's a Jewish dating app. Come on in. We promise. Come on, it's a Jewish dating app. We promise.
We're rolling, right, Joe? Good.
We're going. Welcome to
Because we've been
Mango.
dropping some gems.
Mango Bay.
Welcome.
Welcome, one-stop shop for South Asian recklessness. We are two best boys who are comedians in the scene, Usama Siddiquee and Pranav Behari, who bring the tamasha, the jungly, the wild, the hangama, the goof.
Not
the
only
good
are we
stuff.
best boys, we are the best boys.
Absolutely, dude.
We're very good
highest,
boys.
Highest level of comedy here. Breaking it up. Patreon.com/MangoBay.
Oh,
Get
shit,
the
yeah.
exclusive content
Oh.
up your ass and around the corner.
Around the corner.
Come on down.
Yeah.
We have early archived
Right around the corner
eps.
to the prostate.
Hey, wait, what's at the
Yeah.
prostate? What's there at the
That-
prostate?
You know what's there?
What's there?
You know what's at the male G
Talk-
spot?
talk to me, bro.
Archived episodes. That's our
Whoa,
spiciest content.
I'm licking.
Our spiciest content.
I'm fingering what you're putting in.
Oh my God! Listen,
Come
you know
on.
what else? You know what's
What's
gonna
up,
make you
dude?
bust?
What?
You want to milk
If
your
more-
prostate
more
a
than
little
I
bit
haven't
more?
already?
Bonus content.
Oh,
Boom.
I'm fucking coming.
Oh, and if you want the hottest.
I can't come anymore, bro. I'm done. I'm done
Listen,
coming.
you know,
bro,
you need
I'm
that.
milked.
Listen, you know, you
What?
need early access. More
My
like
dick just
early
fell off.
ass.
My
ass-
dick just fell off
access
from its root.
Yeah, and on top of that, you get to join our Discord server for
My
some
balls.
nice autistic thoughts.
Absolutely, it's
Yeah.
perfect. It's awesome. I'm a shell of myself right now from all my genitals that are exploded.
Yeah,
from just
you're
hearing
spent.
About. Today, speaking of hot, juicy genitals.
Hey, that's you know that's his brand.
Oh, come on, bro. And he's got the pubes on his face to boot. One of my good friends, truly good friend, truly hilarious. I love this man.
You're a very funny guy.
Very funny guy.
Great
very
dude.
good energy.
That's the thing. Every time I see, I've only been in person with Neel
Best
maybe
energy.
twice, and I always love being around you.
Oh,
we
that's
gotta hang
sweet.
out, dude.
Yeah.
His name
We should.
is Neel Ghosh.
Hey,
Ghosh.
what's up?
Bengali.
Blue Ghost.
Actually, Blue Ghosh.
Yep. I'm
Makes
Blue
me hard.
Dabba-dee.
This guy is such a nice guy. I called him one time to say how much I appreciate his energy one time.
Yeah.
I was just like, man, in a world of fakes and intents.
That's right.
And people who like are trying to create.
So you give him a whole trailer about him in a world of fakes, and
In a
losers, and
world.
bums.
One man.
One Neel
fakest of
stands
them all.
alone.
Keeps it real.
Nice guy.
One guy, one of them keeps it Neel, and that's you, Neel.
Kneel down and suck. The kneeling.
Kneeling. I like that.
What's up, man? Welcome to the pod, man.
Thank you, man.
Welcome to Mango
Thanks,
Bay.
guys. This
You're-
is an honor. Really.
I met Neel.
You did mention you're a longtime listener, first-time guest.
I am a long-time listener, first-time guest, big fan of the both of you, and just what y'all do. Like, I mean, we could get into the details later.
Neel was
but
such a fan that he actually copied our podcast.
yes,
Did you really?
I did.
Awesome.
I did. I
You
had
have a podcast of your own?
no, not anymore. It's
Okay.
defunct.
Thank God.
It
was called
uh,
Papaya 9, right?
Papaya 9. Yeah,
So
literally, bro.
I was on it.
Literally.
There was an
Literally.
era of like knockoff Mango Bay ads.
Yeah.
There's another guy, Benji Hummelfarb, had 2 Indians on his, and they called it Spice Rack Boys.
But
come on.
that's still farther
It's still
from
a
just
little
fruit.
further.
Papaya
It's true.
9.
Fruit.
It's true.
I mean,
Fruit thing.
Fruit 9.
Fruit.
Fruit
Anything.
friends.
Friends.
Well, my-
Papaya gay, spelled G-A-E. Papaya gay.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Papaya fuck. Well, we
you know,
wanted.
you know, like those Chinese things. It's like the my phone. It's like that level of like this is not even trying. You know what I'm saying?
It was pound for pound the exact same podcast.
Yeah.
It
I
was
love
me
it. I love
and a Haitian friend of mine. So we were like,
nice.
okay, what's
Papaya.
like between Haitian and India? The first thing was mango. We're like, we can't do that. So what's like a half step away from that? Papaya. Oh my God! And I tell
love
you,
it. I love it.
and it was like, God bless Jonas. Shout out to Jonas. You're never
Shout
going
out
to see
Jonas.
this because he hates the internet.
Okay.
But
Good for him.
yeah, honestly,
Looks like a mentally healthy person.
I think he's doing
He's
well.
a good dude. He's a good dude. Funny guy.
But yeah, man, it was so close. But
Yeah.
you came and did it, which is
of
very
course,
gracious.
Of course.
You
I
know.
love you, man.
Yeah.
And now you're here in New York. You're
Yeah.
a comedian. You were gone for a little bit, then you came here.
Mm-hmm.
You're a musician. You're kind of a musician. Merged like Rajiv Watts, they call him. Right? It's kind of like,
The
you know,
streets.
merge.
Rajuvat.
Raju. Vatamata Ding Dong. He's a,
Raju, what's
he
up?
He has the
Raju
looper.
WhatsApp. That's good.
What? That was it.
That was it.
That
you would
was
have heard it if you had been listening to our guest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does this come up a lot?
I'm too
Yeah.
excited. Too excited.
No,
Is
not
that the thing?
anymore.
No.
Not
No, I'm good now.
anymore.
I'm good now.
He's pretty good now.
Yeah.
Our early Mango Bays, we had a guest.
Yeah.
It would just be they're getting steamrolled.
It's Usama Town.
Dude, I
He's the
you know what?
mayor.
I get more tired and the heat is helping.
Yeah,
You
just
guys
slow you
riff.
down.
You guys riff it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Reggie WhatsApp is so. Why the fuck? Oh, that's annoying me. That's really pissing me off.
I'm sorry.
Really good. Hate that. Fuck off. And you're a musician. You
Yep.
play sax. You fucking
Yep.
loop, and you were doing a show
yeah.
on Saturday or what is it? Sunday.
Sunday.
Bro, he was annihilating, dude.
Were you integrating the music?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
love that.
Annihilating.
Yeah.
And this is a far cry from bro. Just a quick story, bro.
Yeah.
Me and him opened for our boy Morgan J, who's also a guitar comedian.
He's a musician.
Funny
Yeah,
guy, awesome funny guy, right? Neel, I love this man with all my heart. right?
I used to do remote shows with Morgan
Of course,
J, yeah.
super cool
Oh,
guy.
yeah, great
we both
shows.
like him, love him. We went to do what was the spot?
Sultan Room.
Sultan Room, awesome place,
Mm-hmm.
right? So Neil's opening, right? I'm second, right? Neel is doing the same thing. He's very nascent in this stage, right? He has like the sax, he has the little loopers, right? So he's going like, and he stops all that, right? Everyone's loving that fucking like looper shit. He takes out the sax, right? He goes in the front of his like looper, right? Does the most confusing sax solo. I mean, bro, it was like hard bop, but like it's too hard.
You were like experimental
Like
jazz on him.
experimental, like he's going from C to C sharp to C flat. It's like Coltrane on peyote.
It's
You know?
Alice
Yes.
Coltrane. That's how far out it is.
Yeah.
I was listening to
Yeah.
a ton. I mean, no one's going to know this, but Albert Island,
Yeah.
man. That
Yeah.
dude
Yeah.
was bananas.
It was bonkers.
It was.
What if monk?
was papayas.
What if papayas? What if Thelonious Monk was even more insane? You know what I'm saying?
If he did more heroin,
You
what
know
would
what I'm
it what would it
We
sound
got
like?
fucking Kilometers Davis over here coming in.
What if he had fentanyl?
Yes. And then,
Imagine Miles Davis during the fentanyl era.
which is just Miles Davis, by the way. So after it goes up, right, I go up and I'm like, hey guys, keep going for Neel. That was good, I think.
yeah.
You said that?
Oh,
That
that's
is such a bitch.
Room
Annihilated the room.
annihilates. And I saw it love afterwards, but it was like the joke I had to say afterwards. I'm like, I don't think I'm smart enough to understand if this is good or not. Laughs, right? I think everyone kind of felt that.
Yeah.
And then I saw this set.
Yeah.
where again you were great. Obviously you were awesome, right? This is jokes, and it was like more like amorphous. The set, you're obviously doing well. It was
Yeah.
more amorphous. This set I saw on Sunday,
Yeah.
just a whole different level.
Locked in.
Blew my
Love
fucking
it.
mind. It was like
Wow.
he got his style. He knows the points, the beats, the humorous moments.
Yeah.
I loved it. I just wanted to say that
Oh.
real quick before jumping in.
All love, man. Thank you.
Got excited.
That's
That means a lot.
And it's not like,
yeah.
like we got you over because you killed. Whatever. I mean, it's like we love you, man.
Yeah, of course. But
You know, I thought of you today
thanks.
and yesterday.
That's nice. Actually, the day that you called me was the day that I was like thinking to move here, and
Oh,
that
really?
call was like, there are some really good people here that I really fuck with, because that
Yeah.
was the biggest thing about leaving LA. Was just like, my friends.
Yeah.
And I was like, could come here and. Usama's here. I had some other stand-up friends. So
We've hung out 0 times.
Exactly 0, only in passing. But yeah, dude, that set at the Sultan Room was like I was in the middle of school and I was
Yeah.
just getting really deep into like just avant-garde music.
Yeah.
And really like I don't know. I think jazz particularly. I'm wearing a Kenny G shirt, which is horrific.
Amazing.
But jazz has such a shitty conception now. It's so buttoned up and it's
Yeah.
so perfect that I'm just like, if I have any opportunity to scare people,
Yeah.
just make them feel uncomfortable, like I'm gonna do that. And it did. It functioned that way. It's not like I don't see people when I play. Like I see them. Like, is he okay?
Yeah,
Is he?
yeah.
Is he? Yeah. And that's honestly the
Is
greatest.
he okay?
feeling.
Let me hit him with a.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
When saxes go that 9th octave,
Oh, yeah.
that's when it's like this is what Anne Frank thought when they fucking knocked on the door. I was like, oh fuck. Love you, Neel, man. You're touring. So you said you have some story, some jungly story. We start off with some goofy ass story, some jungly story, some wild thing.
They've heard the podcast before. They know.
Always do a segment to enter segment. Wow. And he came at me
Who's
for
the
not being
professional now?
He's
Wow.
doing it, man.
He is.
You do. I mean, well, okay. So can I go like just
What's up?
genuine, sincere?
Oh, before
since
the
we're doing,
jungly?
yeah,
Sure,
before
sure,
we
sure,
get to
sure.
the fun. So Usama was one of the first brown comics I ever met when I started. I came out to visit New York for like
Yeah.
a summer, and it was in Tushar Singh's apartment. Do you
Oh,
remember
yeah,
this,
bro?
Yeah,
We got so fucking high.
and we smoked. We smoked, and I don't think Usama was a big smoker.
Okay, so I was not a
And-
big smoker back then. We got sloshed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great. And then you turned into like some goblin Joker thing, and we went to a diner. And I remember just like we're all just kind of sitting there like
this is
chatting and
so-
laughing. And then I look over to Usama, and he's eating a bowl of Fruit Loops, and the milk is just like dripping down his face, and he's just laughing. And I was like, oh, this guy's gonna be a star.
Dude, you know
He's
what?
gonna be a star in this game.
This is I think this is a common. When I first met Usama, same thing. I first started, and he and I start vibing at an open mic together. I'm
Yeah.
like, this guy's great. I love this guy, and because I hadn't met any other brown comics really, let alone like really good ones.
Right.
And I was like, this guy's fucking awesome. We're gonna be boys. I mean, we're like the chemistry's really good. We're having a great time together. So we're like, hey man, let's do acid together. Wrong, wrong idea. This is this motherfucker on acid. We're literally going down the street. He's like, I gotta get this on IG. He's like, I'm on acid. I'm on acid right now. Just down the street. There's cops around. He's like, I'm on acid. I'm on acid. We're getting like soup dumplings at one point, and this is all we're having a great time.
Yeah. God.
But we're just blowing up in the fucking Joe Shanghai or whatever.
Joe Shanghai, we're going fully bonkers.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I say this a lot. This joke never works on stage. Is that when you're acid,
Yeah.
the last language you want to hear is Mandarin Chinese.
Yeah.
Okay, because it is bonkers. It's like changing the channel
At one point,
on a cathode
at
ray
one point we
TV.
were eating soup dumplings, and I was like, "This is like a 90-year-old Chinese man's nutsack." And then we're just screaming that out loud. There's
And then-
plenty of
and
Chinese
then
people around
there's
us.
one Asian lady who's like maybe 30, who's looking at us with the most enraptured. Of
Yeah.
like, ah!
Yeah.
Right here is an Asian girl.
Yeah,
Oh
Who's
my
not
god.
a part of our table, but she is a part of our table.
she was enjoying it.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was like, "It is kind of like my grandfather's nutsack." She was like, "It's true."
That woman, Margaret Cho.
Oh, dude.
That's how you guys.
Yes,
Wow.
Yes.
That's incredible. Yeah, there's just
Yes.
something so.
Yeah, Shang-Chi and the Seven Nutsacks, which is the movie we were playing in.
I like you do a certain amount of acid and then you like think you're white. You're like screaming
Oh.
to the cops like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
exactly.
I'm on drugs. It's all good."
The level of
But it's a
ease.
white drug. Don't worry. It's a very white drug.
All right,
Wrong
let 'em
now.
by.
Run along now. Is that black guy doing weed? Fucking right? It's a whole, obviously, right? Dichotomy. But yeah, drugs are great, dude. I'm not gonna fucking say no to them.
Drugs are great.
You know? What's the jungly story, man? What we got for?
Well, okay, so I tour with this guy Michael Blaustein.
Yes, yes, great guy, very funny guy.
Great dude. And so it's just a lot of like young white fans, like TikTok fans, and so I guess just I have a specific story, but I also just have this general like amalgamation of experience where it's like going to like Liberty Township, Ohio, and just
not a great name.
Whoa.
Not
Everything about that name sounds dangerous.
Yeah, it sounds like
And
a
here
school
we
shooter.
are free to lynch.
Like the place,
motherfucker.
Like, if you pass through Freedom, Arkansas, you're like, let's keep going.
Sounds like they want to put me in chains. Sounds like I would not feel
Like,
free there.
They would name that just to little black people. Like, well, our town's named Equality.
Yeah.
Come on down to Equality.
We stop at 10 amendments here. That's it. But and it's interesting to just be like the first brown person to express any sort of opinion
Yeah.
Right.
to them, and just the amount of kind of just like probably 100 times I've heard like, oh man, my Indian friend that I work with, oh, he would just love your set. He would just love it.
course,
I'm like,
of course.
did you like it? Like, no, not for me. Not for me.
Yuck.
But I'm going to tell him your jokes.
Yeah,
later.
exactly. And it's just so funny how you live in a place like New York, and there's just so many brown people, so many cultures, and you're like, wow, this is great, this shared experience, and there's still 90% of the country that just has no idea what you're doing. So it's interesting doing, like at Kuttigan, I was kind of scared in a way or nervous because
because it's like
some of the material is so kind of spoon feeding culture, right? Whereas like there it's shared. So that it's just an interesting kind of thing. Not so much a jungly thing, but just an observation.
It's real.
Kind
It's
of a
real,
thing.
bro.
Dude, I my most horrific road experiences have all been in Utica, New York, which is like Utica, New York. It's all Italians in camouflage, like mafia style, like
wearing
vibes.
camouflage.
They're all wearing because it's like a deer hunting country, so they're all wearing camo.
Oh yeah.
And I do my set. I do like 45 minutes or whatever. Everyone's loving it because they have nothing else to do on the weekend.
Right.
But in the front row there was this big trans woman.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Huge, gigantic forearms, and they all have Marines tattoos.
Hell yeah.
So they're like Marines. So at one point, she leveled like a weirdly veiled threat, which is like, I'm no joke, I'll tell you that. Now, do you know who else knows that? The people in Iraq, something like that, right?
Christ.
And I'm just sitting there doing like a bit of a meet and greet outside this venue, this club, and her girlfriend is like, do the thing. She's like, she's funny. She does comedy. And she goes, this beefy ex-Marine trans who's wearing like a granny beret. I'm like, you've got all kinds of
wow.
Goes,
Kills.
Thank you, come again.
No.
Just does like an Indian accent. I had to be like, that's gold.
yeah, of course.
That's gold, sis. That
You didn't
is
say
gold.
that. You become the next tattoo. You know what I'm saying? You would've just
exactly.
fucking been added to the...
I become another ear on her necklace. I'm just like, holy shit.
That joke could have been nothing. I would have been like...
It's like you've got to be a bad motherfucker if you're going to be trans in Utica.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
I feel like
100%.
punchlines hit harder too when you have a gun in your holster.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's so interesting to meet people that are like so
Punchlines
progressive.
hit harder when you have a gun in your holster. Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, you're just, I don't know. When someone's so progressive in one way and then just insanely regressive in another way.
Exactly.
Of
It's so
I mean,
interesting.
you're Austin the same way. You have like rednecks who are left wing, you know?
Yeah.
I hate Muslims unless they're gay.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same shit, dude. You know, it's the same shit. Like people don't realize that their values are eating their own heads off. You know what I'm saying?
Well, one time-
Mexicans who love Trump, they don't get
I've
it,
definitely seen a rainbow Confederate flag before. I swear to God, I have. Yeah. This is on like a
These
TikTok or
colors
something.
don't run. But my butt,
But
dude.
my
Because I'm fucking in it.
Yeah. And it's loose.
And it's loose. So yeah, shit does run down there.
Are y'all on top of this like Jason Aldean
What?
thing?
Oh,
Have you been
yeah.
seeing this?
What?
It's like
Oh,
not
yeah.
in a small
What?
town.
Try that in a small
Try
town.
that in a
What
small
is it?
town.
I did post a thread about it,
What is
which
it?
was, oh yeah, he's talking about 10-cent wings on Monday.
Wait. What is this? What is this?
This is mega country star Jason Aldean. He came out with a song, and basically the lyrics kind of allude to like sundown town.
Oh,
where
right.
Don't be running around here if you have any melanin kind of shit.
It's like
He meant to do-
yell at a cop, spit in my grandma's face.
Whoa!
Try that in a small town.
a new song.
Yeah.
This is a single from 2023.
Put hot sauce on my wing.
Yeah.
Try that in a small town.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Be a Muslim. Try that in a small town. Exist as one.
Exist.
As a Muslim. Try that in a small town.
Oh man. And so it's causing this huge rip. So I'm
That's
like,
hilarious. Why have you? That's amazing.
I know, and so he is getting a lot of flack for kind of, perpetuating this like anti-black, anti-minority thing, and
I'm dying. I want to hear the song immediately.
yeah, I mean, we'll probably get there's like a copyright, whatever, it doesn't
That's the
matter.
problem. Is country does sometimes sound good.
Oh, dude, country
You know?
slaps.
It kind of. I like country.
Oh,
Sometimes
yeah.
it shoots if you're in a small town.
Hey,
All
hey.
right.
It slaps and shoots.
Sometimes it lynches.
Yeah, it'll put a knee on your
Hey,
neck. sometimes.
after the country show, we're all gonna go hang later if you want to come through.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
Whoa,
Sorry,
hey,
that's the
hey,
one.
whoa.
Neil, what were you about to say?
No. So I'm from Iowa, right? And so I get on Facebook because I just like seeing what's moving the culture.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
and
It's
so
a
there's
sax
this-
energy. Such a sax energy.
It really is. And so I was like seeing like a Facebook post. Somebody was like, it was somebody who was liberal. They're like, if you should check to see who you're hanging out with, because if they're supporting the song or like being like, look at rap lyrics and that's misogyny and that's anti whatever. And then just the slew of people that were just like, well, I'm in the military, and it doesn't matter if you're blah blah blah, you're trans, you're black, you're Muslim, we don't care as long as you're laying your life on the line, like blah blah. And then just the amount of liberal, just like, well, wait a minute, that's not right, and how should we say this about everyone? And it's just this insane havoc over this country song.
It's like,
it's
yo,
incredible.
take that as a win, libtard. You
Yeah,
know what I
right,
mean?
right,
This is a guy talking about not shooting minorities.
Right,
Okay?
Like, just for once, it's okay.
Suck that man's dick right now, okay?
It's like that.
He's like,
that Robert Crumb thing where he made comics so he wouldn't like assault anybody.
Wait, what?
Like they have this documentary with this cartoonist
R. Crumb, do you know
who
him?
draws the most racist things on earth.
Okay.
But he's a nice guy, and you're like, probably because he gets it all out on the page. Same with fucking our boy Jason. Just fucking, if I don't do these, I'm gonna kill something.
That's
you know,
probably it.
same kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, we should still maybe allow for venues or avenues that are like good, like art. Like, that's better art than
Jason's not
real
at a
life.
mall. Yeah.
But then it's a double-edged sword, right? Or because it's like, oh, okay, is he expressing it, or is this now being used as a rallying cry for whatever?
That's
right?
true. Like
I mean, the fact is that
siren.
it's just like a cheap ploy to
Right.
like ride the culture war wave to like sell some singles, right? This
Right.
guy's made like $1 billion now off of this
Yes.
song, probably.
So true.
You know what I mean?
So true.
It's all money.
It's like everybody's such an easy mark to get annoyed and offended that
Yeah.
it's just like, okay, you know.
Yeah. That's true.
I think it was a silly controversy. I listened to the song. It is not about 10-cent wings on Monday, but it's just dumb.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
just
mean?
like heritage. Like,
Yeah.
oh, my granddaddy's gun. If you try to take that from me,
Yeah, exactly.
you're not in this town.
It's like you don't touch your elders' feet. It's taking like Indian tropes
What's
now
the-
too. Try that in a small town.
Try that in a
motherfucker.
small village.
Yeah, try that in a small village.
Oh, my
Marrying
God.
outside your caste. Try that in a small
all man.
cow.
Oh my God! You don't
Shopping.
eat. No, you don't eat your 6th helping of dal.
Try that in a small cow.
town.
It's got to be cow.
It's gotta be cow.
Cow, because
Yeah,
that's a
small cow.
village.
Oh my God, dude. It's crazy, man. My buddy actually recently posted a clip, and he called me before. He's like, "Hey, man, it's just like this Indian riff, and I'm wondering what you think of this." And I was like, "This is great. Do not post a picture of Vishnu.
Yeah.
Do not do this."
What do you mean for what?
It was like some crowd work thing, and then it was like with an Indian couple, and then there was like, "Oh, it must be great." It was a bit hack. He's like, "It must be great because when you date somebody who's Indian, there's always an elephant in the room."
Yeah.
It's kind of like, yeah, for crowd work.
Yeah, crowd work,
We're pulling from the low hanging fruit, the papaya.
Yeah.
And so he shot, and I was like, "Dude, just do not post this picture. Just do
Yeah.
not post a picture of Vishnu." He
Yeah.
said, "What's the worst that can happen?"
Why would there be a Vishnu picture at all?
And then he did some riff.
Okay.
on
I was
arms
like,
and-
I don't know if that.
We
how
don't
that
need to hear
matches.
this part.
we
of
don't
the
need to
laugh.
do this.
Yeah.
And I was like, just don't post a picture of Vishnu, don't post a deity. And he's like, I don't know, what's the worst that can happen? And so he posts it, calls me, and he's like,
Here it comes.
You were right, man.
Here it comes.
You were right.
My engagement is
Yeah,
skyrocketed
yeah.
on the one
Yeah.
hand.
Not and on the other hand, it's not in the way that you want.
I don't think white people can handle Indian hate.
Yeah, dude.
Because we hate with every fiber.
Ooh,
You know, it's in our
Indians
complete
get florid with their hatred.
intense.
You know, I was talking
Yeah.
about this with my friend
You know?
Sharia. She's black. We were talking about there was a controversy. You know, it smell crazy in there. Where there was like a black versus Indian Twitter beef a while
really?
back, because like an Indian guy,
Yeah,
somebody
yeah,
posted
yeah.
a video of some Indians doing Bhangra or whatever, and some Indian like quote or some black guy quote tweeted, it was like, you know, it smell crazy in there,
Yeah.
right? And then from there, it just went off,
Went crazy.
and some of the responses were just like over the top.
Yeah.
But it's at the
Yeah.
same time they had like real literary quality, and you're like, damn, this little racist Indian girl is spitting right now.
Yes, I saw this. Yes.
Yeah, we love poetry as
Yeah,
much as we
that's
hate
the thing.
hatred.
That's the thing is that all our on internet
Yeah.
Indians are just using all that inner beauty
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
hate.
They're weaponizing
So, like,
it for all
you
the
are
wrong
like
reasons.
the river of gay.
Yeah.
It's like whoa. It's like so wrong. Like we're
Yeah,
not
dude.
good at not being passionate.
Yes.
So
And
even,
succinct.
even our hate is soulful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
true,
It's full of
man.
soul.
And he had to take it down, obviously, within like 10 minutes because it was like, I think it was something like 250 comments.
Bro, that's a
like-
keep up.
And
that's
then-
a keep up picture.
And
That
then
is
there's like a page, I don't want to say the name because I actually don't know it, but it's like 700,000 followers
Yeah.
dedicated to stopping anti-Hindu speech.
Yeah.
And what they do, I checked out their page. What they do is like they'll show a post and then they'll be like, arrested. Fire emoji, fire emoji.
Yeah.
Like, we got this one. It's like, holy
Arrested,
shit.
fire.
Got him. Another ratio in the books.
This is our Walker, Texas Ranger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude.
Walker, Mumbai Ranger. Got him. Don't try this in the streets, man.
Don't try that.
Hey,
Try
it's-
that in a small
Small
gao.
You're in the wrong
Huh?
part of town, man.
White guy.
Try that in a small go.
Dude, it's just bizarre, man. Like, I don't know what to do, man.
Indians are just intense, bro. Once you realize that, you can harness their power for good.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the way
like,
to do it.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Sometimes you engage these fuckers, right? We tried this, right? We're like, these guys are like, if you died tomorrow, it'd be too soon. And then we're like, we like you, man. Subscribe. He's like, actually, big fan. Actually,
Yeah. He's like,
Kind of
otherwise,
big fan
big
for
fan.
years,
This is
otherwise-
so
Interesting.
common with some of our like viewers. I don't even know if I call them fans.
Yeah.
But they'll go off on us. We'll do one little comment. They'll be like, otherwise, I love the content. You know? I hope you die, drown in a river of blood for what you said. You fucking boot-licking shithead motherfucker. Read a fucking book. Otherwise, good content.
Stuff, guys. I'm on the Patreon.
Patreon.
Insane.
Dude.
Insane uncles. Again, it's the loneliness of internet.
Yeah,
loneliness.
that's so true.
You know, when you're lonely, you know, you're sad. You're not your best self.
Yeah.
And we're all not our best selves.
That's true.
Honest.
That's true. That's
You know?
online.
The parasocial relationships are like very antisocial
That's what
relationships.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
antisocial, basically.
Yeah.
We jump in. Some stories in.
Let's talk. Yeah,
You want to do that?
Well, so this is one of those things, right? I listen to y'all a lot.
Okay.
So
Uh-oh. Oh, whoa,
I have a list of grievances.
Why'd y'all say
Please.
retarded 19 times?
Neil's gonna go into his reply guy mode now.
Episode 46. So Pranav, I know you grew up in a kind of like feeling this rejection
Yes.
from Indian culture, and you grew up
Very in it.
in it.
Indians, Pakistanis, Bengalis everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So so for me growing up, it was like I don't know. I wonder how this works for you guys in comedy. Like the first 5-6 years of doing comedy was me trying to grapple with the rejection that I had for my culture.
Okay.
And my whole thing. And it's like, oh well, because I had to assimilate.
Yeah.
I had to do whatever it takes to survive. Shot guns growing up.
Yeah.
Fucking
Hey,
went
yo,
fishing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like cow tipping was hard.
Yeah.
You know,
Did you actually count?
I went once. I went once.
So fucking crazy.
I did it and I went and it was just like one. There's a lot of things like white kids when they're teenagers, they do
Bro,
weird.
a brown guy
shit.
talking is just so
Weird-
crazy.
I know.
Weird
You know?
activities. It's like, dude, what if we all played spin the bottle, and if the bottle ends and you got to jerk off in Kevin's face, you're like,
These are small. Try that in a small town, okay? These are small town activities,
it's been-
and I know
it's been tried.
soggy biscuit.
It's
Like,
been
what
tried.
kind of
Oh,
demonic
yeah.
game is that?
dude, it's such a
Bro,
weird
bean
thing.
dip with our fattest friend. Are you kidding me? You know what bean dip is?
What's bean dip?
So you take your finger like this and you like jiggle their tits. It's
Oh,
like bean dip.
That's
Like
wholesome compared to some of the shit that
soggy
I'm thinking
biscuit
about.
is.
No.
That's
Soggy
what it
biscuit
has
is
with
the end of the bean dip beginning. So you start
dip's
with
the
bean dip.
appetizer.
It's like the in the lobby, and then you start
No,
going
listen, by
down.
the end of a sleepover, like a white sleepover,
Oh, yeah.
it's like Saw.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? It's like, let's play a game.
Yeah,
It's called
So
Soggy Biscuit.
if you fell asleep, you wake up, your ass is sore. man.
Yeah.
Your asshole is on fire.
You don't know what? No one's in the room anymore.
Look in the mirror, 19 dicks. You know?
And then you're just up, and the
100%,
friend's
dude.
mom
The-
is
the
making
level of-
waffles.
Yeah, you got all these dicks on your face.
Hey, honey, are you good?
You good?
The level of sexual assault in Plano, Texas. I swear to
Oh
God, dude.
my god, dude.
It's horrific, dude.
So anyway, I guess just like kind of as I've gotten old, I feel like the first 5-6 years of an act for a brown person is just, particularly if you grew up not around brown people, it's just like, let me just say my shit and the shit that I
Yeah.
went through in order to just deal with it, right? And now I feel like I'm getting to a point where I'm almost wanting to go away from that. It's like, how do I talk about shit? I feel like the like mainstream kind of Hollywood stuff is so globbed onto like culture and like, what was your struggle?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Also, what are
Tell
you?
us.
Like,
Yeah.
what is
tell
your
us,
thing?
What's your thing? Like, oh, we just want to take that and run with it. And now I'm just like, okay, I want to talk about like.
You know what I'm saying? That's like your reaction
Yeah,
against
I just
all-
want to do the
Enough-
GameCube theme
Yeah.
on my saxophone, but it's like, you know, where do I don't know.
Is that part of it? Is that like when you do the music, right? And like,
Yeah.
is that a reaction against like, you know what? Fuck identity. I'm gonna be so amorphous with it.
Yes.
Well, I
that-
think that's the trajectory of most artists in a way.
Yeah.
In that, like, you have to start in a more concrete place
Yeah.
before you can go more conceptual.
Right,
Because
right,
you find
right.
that firm footing of understanding the mechanics of a thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, it wasn't about doing identity. I would have some Indian jokes here and there, but for me, it was always just about bits. How do I a structured bit, great bit, something guaranteed
Right.
laugh on a punchline here and there.
Right.
Now I try and expand out of that a little bit more.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And be a little bit more comfortable with not getting a laugh every 10 seconds or something. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Right.
In service of something that I want to say or whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's.
Yeah, I feel like I was also defined by it too. When you're starting out, you're like, I gotta be so good. The white people are scared. It's like,
Right.
It's like you're still in the fucking mix of like their
Yeah.
world or whatever.
Right.
Like you're still fighting against something that's not of your own creation.
Right.
As opposed to what Pete was saying of like just doing the things that's the funniest.
Right.
So in the beginning, you're identitarian. You're at the behest, or you're underneath their thumb too of what people label you as.
Right.
But as you make the good stuff, you start like all that talk leaves because you're like, I'm not
Yes.
even thinking about stuff anymore. I'm just too busy
Right.
making my own shit. And that is when you're really funniest.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
And the
freeing
best.
in that
Yeah,
way.
of course.
Totally. It's just interesting to think about. I mean, even when I started listening to you guys, I was still in that thing. And so it's like, I feel like this podcast in many ways is wonderfully so identity and culturally based, you know? And like,
Or like talking about smegma, he's just like, yeah. No, yeah.
The culture. They're doing it for
Whoa,
me.
like, that's bacterial cultures mostly. The smegma.
there's a joke that you
that?
have about the imam,
With a
like
Sucking
jerking off.
dick?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sucking
sucking
dick.
dick, yeah.
And it's funny because like, I see.
absolutely, yes.
I see it, and Usama gets off stage, and I was like, dude, that bit about the imam, man, like, you don't understand, like how many levels this is playing on. He's like, the part where I suck his cock,
yeah.
and it sounds like, yeah, that's moving the culture
You're an
forward.
artist.
Yeah, you really just you did a shoulder tap, and there's like still like fake cum on my shoulder from the jizzing everywhere.
Yeah, dude.
I only love it because it's hilarious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't give
Dumb
a fuck.
stuff is the funnest stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
dude.
And also,
Yeah.
it's also like funny because it's like so true, right? The idea, the homophobia, and calling them on it's hilarious. But yeah, that's not the aim.
Right.
The best stuff is just you going for the
Just
funniest thing.
trying to do the
and
shit
frequently, the
that's funny
funniest thing is the truest thing. It just happens to be the same thing.
Right.
You just go that direction.
Yeah.
right?
I feel like I'm now starting to understand that.
Are you trying to put
7
a
years?
beat behind my dick sucking bit?
Yep. Yeah, that'd be sick, dude.
Oh, God, that's a drop. Your pants.
Yeah.
Let's suck it up. Yeah, bro. I think, dude, at this point, I think the word post woke we throw around is we don't really give a fuck about.
Right.
Yeah.
We're a brown podcast that doesn't give a fuck about browns.
And
in a
that's
way.
still
way to
very
be.
difficult to digest
Yeah.
in brown spaces.
Yeah.
Because brown
Yeah.
spaces culturally are still very much like, look at us, we're
Yeah.
here. I'm brown and I'm
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
the
yeah,
thing. And I mean, I don't know. I was never big on my identity in even at the beginning of my comedy career.
I don't
Right?
see P as that at all. I'm definitely more in there because I grew up around way more brown. It's like way more in my fucking fabric. All I had was brown friends for my whole life.
Yeah.
So maybe I lived a more brown life. Who the fuck knows?
That makes sense. So your perspective is inherently
Very
more,
browned up. I went to the mosque a lot. All my friends went to the mosque all the time.
Yeah.
My shit's brown. My life is brown.
Yeah.
And we have different challenges in how we are gonna fucking talk to the world.
Right. Yeah, and that's
I think you're fine. I think you're doing great.
It's all
if it's actually
good.
affecting you. I think you're maybe overthinking it.
I tend to overthink.
Yeah, bro.
Which is
Well, you're from Iowa too. That's fucking,
there's a lot
that's
to parse
different.
out.
That's different.
There's a lot
That's
to parse out
that's
there.
like a Pennsylvania upbringing.
You know?
Yes,
You know what
which
I
is
mean?
what I so
I think y'all
resonate
have
with
the
you. in
same.
that.
Yeah, y'all were more.
Yeah, because you're not Philly. It's like
I'm
rural.
like a little bit out in the sticks.
Yeah. And there's just a different. The beauty of it, if we're going like the beauty route, is that you find out that people are so much less about their identity and like politics and things, and you're just like
Everyone actually is. Nobody really. Once you're hanging out, 5 minutes in, no one gives a fuck.
Everybody just wants to have a good time.
Are you
and-
chill? Are you funny? Are
Yeah.
you a good hang?
Yeah, dude. Well, are
You
you,
know what
are
I'm
you gonna
saying?
drop penises on my face?
That's
When I
what
fall
I'm talking
asleep?
about, dude.
Because
That's
I want
what
to
we
be in
want.
on this. I want to be in this club.
Give me a Sharpie.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Sad Neel at the sleepover draws a dick on his own face because
One
no
time
one
I
else
thought,
does.
alone.
Oh, where'd this come from? Crazy. I don't know. My friends, Mom, just my friends.
Don't you dare, guys.
Oh my god.
One time, my friends and I fell asleep early at the sleepover. We used to always have sleepovers. The dick ball started here, went all the way around,
Wow.
and head ended here.
Wow.
So it was like
Pretty
this weird yantra, almost like what is
Yeah.
it? Like a beautiful medallion of a dick. You know what I'm saying?
It's like a VR dick
Buddhism.
set. Yeah.
He's an Italian dick.
Italian. Oh, it like swirled into my mouth.
Wow.
The avatar was there, a chakra opened into my mouth, and the cum of the gods.
Wow.
I didn't take it off for 5 days. I was
Yeah,
like, it's
no,
beautiful.
why would
This
you?
is gorgeous.
That's conceptual.
A lot of dicks being drawn, a lot of assault.
Yeah.
Worst.
Yeah. But did you like? I
What?
don't know why I'm like interviewing you guys.
Yeah.
So
That's the
Yeah.
Usama effect.
Tell me about your try-
Because you'll say one thing, and there's somebody like, oh, let me tell you about that experience.
I got an experience for one thing.
dicks on my face.
Dicks on my face, dude.
Yeah, dude. As it should be. As it should be. But there's like this. I feel so. The coconut thing.
Right.
Brown and Answer White. They said
Yeah.
like it's so deeply ingrained in me to like. I love football.
Right.
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
my Sunday and just watch football.
Listen, you've had a white girlfriend only for the last 10 years.
Yeah. Well,
Huh?
in my long-term relationships have been with white women. And
Yeah.
it's have you heard of this like imprinting thing? This is the justification I use.
Yeah.
I was imprinted by my 4th grade teacher, Miss
Right.
Crippen.
Well, that sounds like a weird word for molestation.
Listen, that's how I am with Asian women.
And she imprinted
Yeah,
with a fist.
is that's how I am. My first crushes were all Asian girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
chased the whites really, and I was around them so much that I was like, oh, my Nguyen, that is my heart's.
My
that's
She
the,
will be
That is
mine.
the lychee of my eye. You know what I mean? Like
She
and
started a podcast called Lychee 7.
She did.
Lychee 7.
I was like so obsessed with this now woman.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
There was
and-
Asians in the husband.
I
Yeah,
gonna
there was
say,
a ton.
Really?
I talk about this a little bit in my name bits.
Yeah.
But there was a ton of Asians growing up, a lot of Vietnamese people.
Oh,
And so I
sure.
was just like, oh my God, they're beautiful. They're
Yeah.
just this, that. They're
Yeah.
stylish. They were. So I definitely relate to the imprinting thing. Indian was my other, but Indian women have always rejected me.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have other Indians actually in your area?
Like
growing
a
up?
little bit, yeah.
We're going to keep this going in the Patreon, patreon.com/Mango Bay. Join
Yes,
us.
y'all, thank you, and come again. But go head on over to the Patreon. It's getting spicy.
Come now.
Your mango bay.